So Premiere has been finally optimized for the M1 machines, and today we'll be testing Premiere Pro's performance on the new M1 MacBook Air. This is the base model. So let's get started. Let's open Premiere first. 3, 2, 1, go. So Premiere has opened very quickly on this machine. Now let's create a new project. Let's name it Premiere Pro Testing. For the location, let me just save it to our desktop. Now let's click on OK. So here we are. Now today we'll be testing 4K performance and 8K Red Raw performance on Premiere Pro. 1080p is very easy to edit on these M1 machines. So let me import 4K media first. Let's import this. Now let's drag and drop it to our sequence. Here we are. Over here I also have the dog eyes set so that we can know the dropped frames and if the playback is perfect or not. From here let's set the resolution, playback to full resolution, and let's hit play. So we are playing back perfectly. The display is 24 and the target is 23.98. So that's fine. So 4K playback, full 4K playback is perfect. Now let's apply some color grades onto this thing and then let's check it. So now I am done color grading. Now this is nothing professional. I have just played with some adjustments over here. Now let's play this thing back. Still the playback is perfect. We are getting 24 frames per second again over here. So 4K editing has been working fine till now on Premiere Pro. So I'll just save this project to avoid any slowdowns. Now let's go to our editing tab and let's apply the warp stabilizer onto this clip. So I'll just go into effects, warp stabilizer. Let's drag and drop this. Let's go to our effect controls. So warp stabilizer is already working and now I'll start the stopwatch on my phone. Let's see how long it takes for this 44-second clip to get stabilized. So the stabilization is now complete. The analyzing and the stabilizing both have now been done and it took exactly 2 minutes 0.8 seconds. So that's nothing very good if you compare it to other editing programs like DaVinci Resolve. But yeah, according to the previous performance tests which were conducted by other YouTubers, if I compare these results to those, then this is still quite impressive. Now let's play this footage back. And still it is playing back perfectly, 24 frames per second. Now we'll just render this video and check how long it takes to render this project. So we are going to render in H.264. So this will be the output name. It will be a 4K render. Nothing onto over here. So now let's just export this. So now we are done rendering and it took exactly 1 minute and 52 seconds. Now this is still quite slow compared to other editing programs like Resolve and Final Cut Pro which render at real time, and this was rendering at half real time. But still it's a great improvement over the previous Intel version of Premiere Pro. So this was for the 4K editing performance. Now let's test 8K Red Raw in Premiere Pro. So I'll just go onto my media browser and import this clip onto our project. So this is the 8K raw clip. Now let's import this onto our timeline. Let's change the sequence settings. So this is playing back at full 8K resolution. It's an 8K sequence playing an 8K video and we are playing back at full res. So let's play this. So as you can see, the playback is very choppy and we aren't getting more than 1 to 2 frames for playback. So full res playback of 8K is very choppy on these machines. Now let's drop that resolution down to half and now let's play that back. Still the playback is very choppy, not at all smooth, and we are dropping most of the frames. So now let's drop this even more down to 1/4 resolution, and now let's play this back. Now this is playing back perfectly. There are some dropped frames, but still the playback is really smooth. It won't be noticeable to the normal eye. And I am having some glitches playing this footage back. In the starting it was laggy, now it's perfect. So now let's apply some color grades onto this 8K clip and then test the playback performance. So if I come to Lumetri and apply some color grades. So now I have color graded this footage. See over here, this and this is the after. So now let's play this back, and I can already see that my trackpad is now laggy. So let's play this back. Again, perfect playback, 24 frames per second. This is playing in 1/4, but this is so small of a screen so you won't notice. So we are lagging in the beginning, now it's perfect. So now if we render this 9-second clip out, let's press Command M. Let's render this in H.264, 8K rendering. Now let's click on export. So I'll just start the timer on the phone again. So 3, 2, 1, go. So I would like to interrupt between the render. So I just checked the base of the MacBook and it's very hot on the base. The body is very cool, but just as you go to the base, it's blazing hot. So Premiere Pro is definitely stressing this laptop out a lot. So we are done rendering and it took exactly 2 minutes 35 seconds. So what was the conclusion of all of these tests? So the M1 machines are still great for editing 4K footage at full resolution with color grading, although you will have to wait a bit longer for the rendering as Premiere Pro still isn't that optimized unlike other programs like DaVinci Resolve and Final Cut Pro. And for 8K editing, these M1 machines are still not a great buy. Sure, 8K editing is very smooth and very fast in Final Cut Pro, but DaVinci Resolve and Premiere Pro, especially Premiere Pro, still haven't caught up. If you're ready to edit at 1/4 resolution with very long render times, then yeah, you can get these M1 machines for 8K editing. Otherwise, for 4K editing, they are still great. So that was for this video. I hope that this helped you create a better buying decision whether you should buy this M1 or not. Watch this M1 MacBook Air review over here, and thanks for watching.